Hello and welcome. So today, kind of as part of a show and tell, I would like to basically share with you my Redstone enchanting table. And a quick explanation for those of you who don't know about enchanting tables and the bookcases around them. One, the bookcases feed power to the enchantment table. Each bookcase provides 2 levels of enchantment, or 2 levels of power to an enchanting table. So for example, maxed out, it's level 30. And if I block a bookcase like that, it will drop it by two levels, so 28. If you block 2 bookcases, like here in the middle, 2 bookcases, it will go down 4 points to 26. And so if you block a corner, you're actually blocking all 4 bookcases, so that would take it down to level 22. And as you can see, if you change the power level, sometimes it changes the enchantments that it gives you, so you can have a wider variety of what to enchant things. Or, for example, as you can see, I am only a level 21 here in my survival world right now. And so if I want to do a level 20 enchantment as a tier 3 enchantment, I can block the corner and I can block that, and I get a level 20 enchantment that I can do. So that's why it's useful. But placing torches and breaking torches is kind of slow, cumbersome, awkward. And so I have this, where it pops up the floor and it does it for you. Level 28 enchantment, and it just goes through, boom, through the whole sequence. And so that is what I would like to show you guys how to make, how to do the redstone for that. So off to my creative test world. So here we are in my creative test world, and this is the basic setup for beginning the redstone. For this, you have your enchantment table, and then you have your 3 floor pieces that will be popped up, and below each of them is a sticky piston. Over to the side, you'll have your bookcases. In the corners, it's stacked too tall. Directly to the right, it's too tall, and then this one in front is just 1 tall. Immediately to the left, behind this bookcase, is an item frame with an item in it, any item, and a comparator behind it. The redstone counting the piston is 1, 2, 3. It goes down 3 blocks. And then the general footprint is 6 by 11. So 6 deep, 11 long. Now this is centered on the floor and the pistons, not on the enchanting table, for those of you who are interested in that. So I think the first place we start is right here where the power's coming from. So continue it out by 1 more comparator and Redstone Dust. Come down. That again, comparator dust, come down again, comparator and dust, and now I'm going to switch to a half slab, and I'm going to come down 1 more time, again with a comparator and dust. And we're using comparators just so that we are not changing the signal strength coming out of the item frame. Now the power to feed these pistons to push them up will actually be going through solid blocks rather than just directly powering the piston. So on the first one and the middle one, solid block, and on the other side, again, 2 solid blocks. And then switch up to our half slab again, and I'm going to half slab that. I'm just going to work this across like that. And so then redstone dust, and again comparator. And so when the power reaches those, they power the block, powers the piston behind it. And I'm actually going to, off the end of this, put solid block with more redstone dust on top. Next to this, a solid block, skip a space, solid block. Again, redstone dust on both of those. And you'll see why in a minute. And then on this side, we will also come down and then in front with half slabs. And on these, we are going to put repeater. So you should have something that looks like this for right now. Go ahead and put another comparator right there too. Now, if I were to turn this on, there you go. Power goes through this and pushes this piston up. The way we get this piston to turn off will be to pull this block out of the way. So when I go to step 2, this one needs to turn off. So let's get those in. And we pull that out of our way by putting sticky piston directly below it. And same thing here on this side, sticky piston below that. And then repeat that over here on for these two. Sticky piston. Now those should be continuously on. And we do that by providing power back here. Redstone torch. Redstone dust. Repeater into the block. So that one's on. And over here, again, redstone torch. Dust. And so that one's on. So the idea is when the power strength goes here, the torch turns off, power turns off, this piston pulls the block out of the way. Oops, I hit that twice. Let's try that again. Hit it once. There you go. But also you saw that it worked. You hit it twice. Next one comes up, this one goes down. And then for phase 3, that's when both of these come up. So now we have to get this one to pop back up again. We'll add the power. And the signal strength has gone to here. Now, about the only place we can provide power to that piston is from the inside. And so what we're going to do is we are going to provide it this way. But what I want is actually kind of a double negative kind of thing, a repeater on that block and then dust here. So what's happening, let's take this back to 0. So when it is off, that is off because it is being powered by this torch. When the signal gets to here, this torch goes off, that torch inside there turns on, and it will extend all the pistons. And that is 1, that is 2, and that is 3. Like that. Cool. And our signal strength is there. Now 4 turns these off and pops up our corner. So 4. 4 extended both to here and to this spot. This turned the torch off, so that middle piston is no longer being powered from this side. And instead, I want this to pop up. So we are going to do kind of a stair step. We are doing a repeater. Redstone dust on top of that block. So that popped up. That's part one. Our corner popped up. Now I need to get the first two to drop. And that's pretty simple too, because all I have to do is provide power to this redstone dust again to turn that torch off. And that is going to be coming from here. There we go. Our corner is up, our sides are down. Alright, that's the first half of this. Not too bad. Now the next stage is to get the first block to pop back up again. And we're going to do that from this half of things, because we kind of used up all of our spaces from the front side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out, and then I'm going to come over, and then I'm going to come back across these like that. And this is going to be redstone dust, a comparator. And what we have to be careful, or rather aware of, is getting the signal strength over here needs to be one block past the amount of signal strength we used on this side. So when I get to there, no power, which is perfect. Our power stopped here. And so if I added one more, boom, that first repeater comes on. Now, what we need is for this piston down there to be pushing this block up so it's ready for this power. And we are going to do that by simply putting a block here across from it, a redstone torch, and basically kind of repeating what we did on our other side. Dust, 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 dust. There we go. That pushed the piston up so that this repeater can fire into it. Next phase, boom. The middle needs to pop up, and this first one needs to drop down. So, first of all, we do that, and we make sure we have dust there. And our power for the second piston, this second piston here, is going to be coming from, we come over on a diagonal, we put our redstone torch on the face of that, and we go redstone dust, and just so our signals don't cross, we're going to have a repeater right up on that piston. There we go, so that's up. And finally, last stage, this first piston needs to pop back up again. And our power strength is all the way over here now. That's the last of our power strength. And to get this last piston to pop up, we add power to this line down here. We will do that with a repeater coming off of this block. That's going into a solid block with a repeater on this side of it. So again, our signals don't cross each other with redstone dust, redstone dust. Like that. And our last stage is off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, off. Now, I would say the rest of your floor that you put in your bookcases, maybe make it out of half slabs. I don't think you have to, but might be nice just to make them out of half slabs. Plus, in my case, I used underfloor lighting, so that helped. Made things look nice. And otherwise, just decorate it up however you want. Level 30. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Hope you like it, and maybe found something useful with it. So I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.